It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Story time on how I knew that my marriage was over for sure. All right, so 7 years ago, my husband's mother was murdered. Unfortunately, she met a guy in the alley and he stabbed her to death. Rest in peace, Ma. We love you so much and we miss you so much. Um, but on March 28th of 2025, that's the day that she had died 7 years ago, we had a memorial. And I made these cute little fans, but me and my husband were kind of like, on the outs. So I didn't really do too much as far as like planning or anything. He just set it up with all his family and friends to meet at the location where she was murdered. And I made I got some popsicle sticks and got her face, a picture of her face, like cardboard cutout. They sell it on Amazon, but I just glued it onto the popsicle stick and it was like a little fan. So that's all I did. Usually, if we was on the good, we would have been knowing what restaurant we was going to. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So we all meet up at the spot. My husband is still a little distant. People notice that me and him are not really how we usually are, but we're not there for that, so it doesn't matter. My cousin comes, his family comes, we're all together. We have the kids with us and everything. Probably about 20 people show up. And we eventually we all walk into the alley, and everybody says something in memory of her. I read a gospel song, Be Encouraged, no matter what's going on. I read that. And then my husband spoke, and this is how I knew. They say, like, when you know, like when you know you're going to be with somebody, and when you know that you're not going to be with somebody. When you know, you know. So my husband proceeds to show love and thankfulness for every single person that was out there. And when I'm like the only one left, actually me and my cousin were the only ones left, he kind of looks around me and then proceeds to be like, yeah, and that's it. And then my cousin, who's highly offended because me and my husband have been together for 12 years. My cousin was actually married to my husband's cousin for 12 years. They're divorced probably like 4 years now. They've been divorced. So he's like in the family. He known my husband before I knew him. So my cousin, after my husband looks around and avoids me and my cousin goes, and so my husband goes, yeah, and cousin Cliff, thank you so much, you always there for us, da, 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 da. So we're all like waiting for him to say something about me, but he doesn't. And I knew it before my cousin, before my cousin coughed. I felt it. The thing that went across my mind was, oh, this is the moment. This is the moment that they talk about where you know. There is no way. And granted, it wasn't about me, but he went around to every single even the kids. He said something about the kids, his kids, our best friend's kids, our kids. He said something about every single person. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, oh my gosh, this is the moment that they talk about. Because my husband, the husband that God has chosen for me, he'd be like, babe, come here. Yes, we here, thank you guys. Everybody know Mal, like and I'm not saying I needed praises or anything like that, but he went around to everybody. And maybe it might not make sense to you guys, but it's that feeling where you know. So it was for me. But talking to our family members and stuff, they were all like, we thought it was very, very odd. Like immediately we knew like what's going on with them two. Like something is happening. Like he's not going to say nothing about Mal. Like she's been here the whole time. Like Everybody was like, his best friend and his best friend's wife, they were pissed. I didn't even have to say anything to them. They were pissed. And as we were leaving, he started to, when we got in the car, he started to argue with me. He was mad that I was upset about it. I didn't even say anything to him. I was talking to our cousin, the one that was married to my cousin. I was talking to her, and she was like, "What's going on, cuz? Like, why he didn't?" I'm like, "Girl, I think this man really want to leave me." And so she's like, "Oh my gosh," but we're whispering, we're talking off to the side. Everybody's having their own private conversations. That's what me and her is talking about. So when we got in the car, he asked, "What were you and cuz talking about?" And I was like, "Yeah, we were just talking about," and he was like, "That was not the time. That was not the place. You're so inappropriate. You don't even know how to control yourself. You don't know how to have discernment and read the room. It wasn't about you. It wasn't about you." I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, story time on how I knew that my marriage was about to be over. That was on March 28th of this year. He's been indifferent with me since about December of last year. But yeah, that's it. Things my husband did to let me know that he secretly hated me. One, textbook. Birthdays, holidays, vacations. He would start something like a week before and would stonewall me, like give me the silent treatment. Like after he started something, he gets pissed off about something random, he would stop talking to me. And then finally, like a day or so before it was time to leave, prepare, or go to, he would start an argument. So now we're having a conversation about the situation, but it's an argument. And then when it's time to leave or go to the party, everything's cool. But I'm still dealing with the remnants of being stonewalled and the argument. But he's like cool and chilling. I'm thinking, from what I'm learning, I don't believe he's a narcissist. I do believe that he has very severe narcissistic traits because of his upbringing. But he was definitely stealing my energy and like stealing my personality so that he can use it for the function, the party, or the trip. Like, so he could, it's so sad to think about. But I can't think of it like that because every time I think of it like that, it always like makes me want to stay married to him or feel bad about, maybe not having as much consideration as I should. He is my husband through sickness and health, but I have to think about the reality of the situation. Like, that man ain't like me, and he can't like me because he don't like him. He likes how much I love him. He loves how much I love him, and he likes my personality so he can steal it. He was stealing my personality. That is the craziest thing to think about. Like, I told y'all in the last video that I had stopped smoking and drinking and cussing and all that stuff. And it seemed like he started to hate me more because he was still doing those things. He doesn't drink. He's on the Sober Society, Narcotics Anonymous, whatever. So he doesn't drink anymore, but he still smokes and cusses and all that stuff. It seemed like the more I started to better myself, it's like he despised me more. Like I had lost like maybe like 40 pounds or whatever. When I was 40 pounds heavier, he was all over me. Like I was smoking cigarettes. He was all over me.
He knew nobody wanted your stinking ass.
To like really come into who Christ made me to be, and I'm not there yet. I'm far from it, but I'm growing in Christ. He started to push away. So I just named one thing, but that one thing was hard, and I looked it up. Like stonewalling, that's like one of the number one causes for divorce because it's like it's no communication, it's no respect, it's emotional abuse. But it's just so sad because I just loved his kisses so much. That's how he would get me because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for kisses. Like I tell people all the time, I don't know if somebody like me until they kiss me. Like, because I'd be like, la, 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 in my own little world or whatever. So me being in my own little world, I don't be paying attention if somebody like me. It's just one day they kiss me and I'm like, oh, okay, you like me. So that's what my husband would do to make me like kind of get back into or try to get back into my good graces. He would just kiss me so good, but I can't fall for it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. He's done. I'm done. We selling the house. It's over. Finito.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Woods of Deals. Your boy Keith Lit. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments section. Hit the links down below. We do have HiveMindLabs.com where you can unpig that back and you can lose 40 pounds like she did with a healthy eating diet and exercise and using the fat burners to get rid of that hard to lose fat. Okay, use the discount code everydaypj at checkout. We also got Moog's Coffee. Moog's Coffee is the greatest. Okay, click that link and hit the link below. It's that easy. It's that easy. It's that simple. Okay? Alright, so let's get into it, man. Now, this Mal is a very pretty woman. And you would think, damn, why he leaving her? And she got fine. She lost weight. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because some people don't want to see you doing better. But then, it could be her. Something about her is turning him off. Maybe that she lost weight. Maybe that she's bettering herself. Maybe that she's finding Christ. Maybe because he can't lead her. She's leading into her own direction. And he feels like he don't have that no more. She probably put more into other stuff as far as her losing weight and all that. And he probably was like, you know, that's not my journey. And she went harder and harder on it, and he just fell out of love with her. But something could be wrong with her. We're not going to blame him. She's not giving us enough details. We don't know what's wrong with this man. But I do know that, you know, whenever you're in a situation and somebody starts to do that to you, and they hate you, and you start to feel it, I felt that. It's because somebody knows you better than yourself. Somebody that you with knows you better than yourself, and they can't no longer keep a hold on you. They see you looking good and wearing nicer clothes and stuff like that. He can't keep a hold on you. He ain't going to be able to hold you much longer. He think it's going to be somebody else that's going to come through and take you away. And yeah, this happens by men and women. You know, and it's crazy because you will want your spouse to win. You will want the person that you with to win. But it seems like they'll be like, nah, what? She don't have a lot of TikToks, so I'm assuming it's not from TikTok. But if it were from TikTok, if she did have a lot of content for years, maybe she do, maybe she don't, I don't know. But because it don't look like it. Maybe he'll be like, yeah, you spending too much time on the TikTok. You always doing videos and this and that, and you like, I'm about to get monetized. I'm trying to win. So you got all these plans for your TikTok, and here he is shooting you down. Well, you ain't spending enough time with me, becoming a creator and getting monetized and working it, so I don't have to work my job. Is how I'm gonna get more time with you. But let me do this or support me. He ain't gonna support you. He ain't gonna support you. He want that fat girl back. He want Rasputia back. He don't want you skinny mini. Because the fat person he could control. He can't control this new person. He feels threatened by this new person that you are. That's the worst part about it. Feeling threatened by the person you with. That's crazy. I never thought I'd think about it like that. But it's happened. It happens all the time. And the insecure people that do it, it's just like, why'd you have to? We was together. It could have been me and you. We could have been sharing this happy life together. We got kids. We got a house. We got all this stuff. Why do you want to break this up? She needs to go to ask him for answers. They might need marriage counseling, but they might need the kind of marriage counseling that just helps them get a healthy co-parent. But maybe she'll get her answers out of there. So that's what she should do. All right, everyday people. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.